Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. Hey, it's Lee McNabb. In the studio this morning, I have the lovely Sharon Pease. She's the Executive Director for Homeless Programs at the Center for Veterans Issues. And I also have Tim Leitner, who he doesn't care if you call him benevolent dictator, grand poobah, but he is the owner of 2 Men in a Truck in Racine. So first of all, welcome. Thanks for getting up with me this morning, you guys. I appreciate you coming in and spending some time with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you guys have joined forces between 2 Men in a Truck and the Center for Veterans Issues to put together a program called M4Military that we will discuss with Tim here in a little bit. But I think I'd like to start this morning with you, Sharon, and just maybe talk a little bit about the Center for Veterans Issues in general. You're based out of Union Grove, Wisconsin, but beyond that, what are you guys doing there?
Okay, we're actually based in Milwaukee.
Okay.
We are a nonprofit. We're the largest nonprofit in the state of Wisconsin that works with veterans, especially homeless veterans. The organization was started in the 80s with some Vietnam veterans who came back and saw some gaps in services.
Okay.
So they decided they wanted to fill those gaps.
Okay.
So from that, it has developed into the largest nonprofit for veterans. And we do everything from housing to education, employment. There are several facilities for transitional living for veterans.
Okay.
There's permanent housing for veterans, and we'll get into a little bit more of that later.
Okay.
I want to make sure that everybody's clear on what my actual title is and job is. And I'm the executive director of the program in Racine or in Union Grove.
Okay.
Our executive director and our CEO is actually a retired Brigadier General Crowcroft.
Okay.
And then our vice president is Don Newfort, and they're both very active in the communities.
So you've got some ties right there into the military.
Yes, definitely. In fact, of the staff for CBI, there's probably 85% of veterans that we hire. So we're really big on not only helping the vets, but putting vets to work whenever we can.
You know, we hear about this a lot. It's the focus of a lot of TV shows and different specials, people serving our country, people going overseas, and when they come back, they're faced with these kinds of issues, including homelessness. What is the problem there? What is the gap there that we aren't providing for them that causes this to happen?
Well, I don't know that you can actually put your finger on one particular, because every veteran that comes in has a different story.
Sure.
And there's a little bit different twist each story. I think part of the problem is their PTSD issues, post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Sure.
And then when they come back, they really don't know what they want to do. They're kind of floundering and lost. Families don't know how to deal with the mental health issues that they have. A lot of them have drug and alcohol issues that they need to address. And so it's a multiple thing that gets you, and pretty soon you look up and the family doesn't know how to deal with you, so they don't want you living there any longer. You've outlived all of your friends and couch surfing, so what do you do from there? Where do you go? And that's where CBI comes in. That's where organizations like us, and in Wisconsin, it's pretty much we're the people to go to.
Right.
I have been amazed. I've been working for them for 13 years, and I've been amazed at the number of even older vets, 65 and older, who have never accessed VA services, who come to my office and say, well, I don't have enough Social Security, live on my own now. My medical insurance is terrible. What can I do? So the first thing we want to do is get them hooked up with medical services through the VA. And then from there, the VA can help with some of the stuff, and then we can certainly fill the gaps, hopefully.
So there are these different services. They're just maybe not even aware of them or how to take advantage of them.
Exactly.
So if someone is listening this morning that is in that exact situation, what do they need to do? What steps do they need to take to get in touch with you and maybe pursue some of those services?
Okay, there's a couple of different avenues that you can take. Every county has what they call a county veteran service officer, and they're usually located at the workforce development facilities. So if you find that person, then those people know all about CBI and know about the programs we offer. Or you can call me directly. I'm in Union Grove, and the number is 262-878-9151.
Okay.
And then we take referrals from all over. I mean, we've had people come from the South, from Chicago, from St. Louis, wherever, and we're able to. What a transitional facility offers is 24 months of safe housing.
Oh, 2 years
Yes,
worth. Wow.
Yes, and you can come in with nothing but the shirt on your back, basically. And then when you come into the facility and all the eligibility requirements are met, then you can access VA medical services. We can help you go back to school if that's what you want to do. And these are all funded through federal and state grants that CVI writes and tries to bring in. And so if a veteran walks in, and I've had tons of them, call and say, I just got kicked out of my girlfriend's house, I have no place to go, then we start doing an intake and an assessment to see where they are. And we deal with a veteran where they are in their life at that point. And then they can come out and stay with us. Of course, we have rules, and you have to follow those rules.
Sure.
And you have to stay clean and sober while you're with us.
Good.
And there's a restriction period of 30 days, and then you move on. But case managers, help refer them, help get them the services they need. It's their life, but we're here to guide them.
Absolutely.
We're here to guide
You mentioned something about figuring out their eligibility before they are placed in the housing. Some of these people, I'm assuming at this point, have nothing to their name.
Exactly.
No proof that they were in the military. So do you have the ability to help them verify that?
It's amazing how many, even though they're walking around with maybe a plastic bag on their back, they will have their DD-214, which is their discharge paper from the military.
Okay.
It seems to be a document that they want to hang on to. And if they don't have it, we can always go through our CVSO and see about helping them get that. But on that document, it gives their whole history of their military service, when they went in, what state they went in, how long they were in, what their rank was when they left, where they served, everything. So that document is very important, and that's one of the first things that we try to get from them.
Okay.
And then with that, then we can move them into the VA system, get their medical set up, and then the other services that are offered for them.
Not that I don't want you to have a job, but it would be nice if you didn't have to do what you were doing. If you were to suggest to someone coming back from serving our country, here's a step or a couple steps that you should do right when you get back that will maybe keep them from having to see your smiling face, what would you tell them to do?
I think the first thing would be to admit, number one, that you have issues.
Okay.
And most young people that go into the military have this kind of macho attitude when they come back. I've served my country. I've done things that, normal people don't know about or wouldn't do. And so they come back and thinking, I can handle this. I'm strong. I'm a man. I can do this. And that's when the tumble starts to fall.
Sure.
And so the VA is setting up more and more programs that will help them recognize sometimes PTSD doesn't show itself until 10 years down the road.
Sure.
So getting the mental help that you need, admitting that you are having nightmares or admitting that you're having some issues so that you can get that help. And then start that, and then counselors. There are counselors all over the VA. There's private counselors. Talk to your pastor, whoever, that maybe you can air some of these issues and get them out and get them exposed. Once they're exposed, then you can deal with them. So it's just a matter of actually admitting that you need some help.
Right. Pride can be a powerful thing sometimes.
Yes, it certainly can.
But it'll save you in the long run is what we're learning this morning.
Exactly.
Well, Sharon, if you want to pass the mic over to Tim. Tim Leitner, he works with 2 Men in a Truck. He's a franchise owner there. And now you guys have teamed up with CVI, and you are putting together this Movers for Military drive. Can you tell us a little bit about that as a whole?
Sure. So 2 Men in a Truck's a franchise system. We have locations all over the country. And this year we are kicking off for the first time our Movers for Military program, where in our communities we're partnering with veterans organizations like CVI. And what we're looking to do is trying to collect items that can help veterans who find themselves in situations to just try and help make their lives a little bit easier. And the kinds of things. I think Sharon put it great when we were talking ahead of time. She said, anything that you run out of at home, they're running out of at the facilities as well. So
that is a good way to put it. Yeah. What is it about CVI that caught your attention or made you know that this was the kind of organization that you wanted to get involved with as 2 Men in a Truck?
I have to tell you, there's a couple of things. I personally am a veteran. I did a couple years in the Army. Now, I never served in a foreign war or anything, so I don't like to, there are a lot of people who've made bigger sacrifices. But anyway, so I've always had kind of this soft spot for our veterans who are returning home. And homelessness is a tough issue in and of itself, and then you add in the veteran component to it, and to me that's just it's a real tough thing.
Yeah.
We as a company too, we feel very blessed as a company, and it's one of our core values to be active in our communities and
That's
partnering
awesome.
with our communities to it's good for everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's good for the employees, it's good for the people who are receiving the help. It's a win-win all the way around.
So what do we do, as we listen this morning and we're getting ready for church, or we're getting ready to start the day, and we're, okay, well, I can get some toothpaste or, whatever.
Sure.
How do we then get that to you guys?
Sure. So there are a couple ways that you can do this. Right now we've partnered with a couple of schools in the area. So Starbuck Middle School and Gifford Elementary School are both doing drives in their schools.
Cool.
So we have boxes there, and I think they're having maybe some contests between the grades.
It's a good lesson
sort
for
of
the
thing.
kids too, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then we're also accepting items at our office in Racine as well, and people can drop those items off to us. So probably the easiest thing to do would be go to our website, www.2meninatruckracine.com, all spelled out, so there's a lot of keystrokes there, and click on the Movers for Military tab, and you can find more information there, our address, our phone number, and more importantly, information about CBI and a list of items that we're looking to collect. We're unable to take furniture right now, so we put that out to keep people in mind with that.
So aside from toothpaste, which I mentioned one of about 1 billion items, what are some other things that you guys are looking to collect at 2 Men in a Truck?
Well, as I mentioned on the website is the 2012 wish list, and it includes items like pillows, sheets, twin, so that would be flat and fitted, bath towels, hand towels, washcloths, large serving spoons, eating utensils, knives, forks, spoons, plastic drinking glasses, laundry detergent, fabric softener sheets, coffee, Kool-Aid, Go cups with lids, salt melt for the walkways, inexpensive men's watches, spiral-bound notebooks, 2013 calendars, batteries, Clorox wipes. It's quite a list. Piggly Wiggly gift cards, Walmart gift cards, AT&T phone cards, gas gift cards, cleaning supplies. Any of these kinds of things would be very helpful to the folks over there.
I suppose if you're coming in really with nothing, I mean, in some situations, the shirt off your back. I mean, when you were reading that list, oh yeah, it didn't even dawn on me half of those things. And you said you have that list on your website.
That's correct.
And you're on Facebook too.
And we are on Facebook too. So you can click like on 2 Men in a Truck Racine. I don't have that Facebook link here in front of me, but it is on the website there. And you can follow the progress too. We're doing regular updates on how that drive is going.
How long are you guys going to be doing this drive?
So we're going to do this through November 11th, which is Veterans Day.
Oh.
And we're just really excited about it. We're hearing a lot of buzz. We've been getting a lot of calls from folks that are wanting to help. And, I had an opportunity to talk with Sharon a little bit beforehand, and she's just got an amazing story in and of herself and the great work that she's doing and all the people there. So we're very happy about that.
Well, let's pass that microphone back over to Sharon to get some more info from the Center for Veterans Issues.
I tell everyone when they call me and ask for what can we donate, what do you need, and my catchphrase is whatever you run out of at home, we run out of here. We try to meet all their needs, personal care items. The veterans are responsible for all of the janitorial chores in the building. That saves some expense there, right there. And it gives them a purpose to do. So we're always needing, and when a veteran successfully leaves our program, they will have an income and they will have an access to an apartment of their own. So what we try to do is, as you know, I'm sure setting up your own apartment is really expensive.
Absolutely.
So what we try to do is fill some of that void. So when I ask for individual sets of pots and pans or sheets, pillows, we allow the veteran to take one set of sheets, one set of bath towels and washcloths with them so that they have that at least to start. And so then that depletes our supply that we move on. We are full at the moment. We have 32 veterans in our facility, and we have access for 2 females that we can also house in this, but the rest of them are males.
Okay.
And we do accept donations through our program also, as well as Tim's here. And what we want to do is, when that veteran leaves, if they need a bedside table or they need a dresser, then we can offer that to them.
Okay.
So I don't want to become the tail-end garage sale dumping ground by any means.
Right.
But we do have a use for some of those items.
Okay. And if someone has that, a coffee table, a kitchen table, where can they drop that?
Well, they can drop it at Union Grove at our facility. We're on the southern Wisconsin grounds of Union Grove. And we also can do some pickup.
Okay.
I mean, we have a couple of vans that we provide transportation, and so we have been known to go to someone's house and pick up a dresser or a bed frame or whatever, and there's a facility in Union Grove that has offered us a free storage area for those kinds of items, so we're able to do that.
Oh, cool.
And store a little bit of stuff there. But I was telling Tim earlier, programs like this and CVI is certainly a big proponent of community help. And we could not do what we do if it wasn't for the community stepping up and saying, what do you need? What can I help with? And so I call them our personal guardian angels because they're so willing to help. We have service organizations, we have churches, we have individuals in the community. We just had 32 handmade quilts delivered from a church group that did quilting. And as a quilter myself, I know how important that is.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that one of the veterans came to me, he was clutching his quilt, and he came to me and he said, do I get to keep this? Is this for me? And I said, you get to take it with you when you leave. It's yours. So those are the kinds of things. We have a retired Marine Corps auxiliary ladies that bring us birthday presents, and every month I give them an updated list on birthdays, and they will bring a birthday package. And some of the veterans, this is the first birthday present they've had since they were children. So it's really sad, but it's a way that the community feels that they can get involved and help us. And I honestly don't know what we would do if we didn't have folks like 2 Men in a Truck and different agencies that are willing to work with us.
Well, I didn't know I was going to cry during the interview this morning. Wow. Well, so obviously there is a big cause for us to get behind, and thank you to 2 Men in a Truck for giving us an outlet, a place to make these donations and get involved in our community. 2 Men in a Truck, Racine.com. You can then click on their Movers for Military link there, and you can get the list of things that they're looking for, location and business hours to drop off the items, and access to their Facebook page right there on 2 Men in a Truck, Racine.com. And then contact info again for you guys, Sharon, if there maybe are some veterans even listening this morning.
Sure, and they can always call our offices. We have an office in Racine, and then we have the facility in Union Grove. And the Racine office is 262-633-5180, and that's supportive services. So if you're living on the street and you're a veteran, or you've just recently been evicted or kicked out, whatever, you can call that number, and then the case manager there will help guide you through whatever services you need.
Okay.
The Union Grove facility, where I'm located most of the time, is 262-878-9151. And we do intakes, and they meet with a social worker from the VA. And then we do have a waiting list sometimes, but for the most part, if we can, we get you in within a week or so. It just depends on where our waiting list is at the moment.
Okay. And their website is cvivet.org. You can grab info there as well. Talking this morning with Tim Leitner, who is an owner of 2 Men in a Truck in Racine, and Sharon Pease. She's the executive director for the homeless program at the Center for Veterans Issues. And I learned a lot more this morning than I expected. And so I appreciate you guys coming in and kind of sharing this with the community and helping us get involved and helping us give back to people that protected our country.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for coming in this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.